.com, Prisonplanet.com, and Prisonplanet.tv. Your call straight ahead. Stay with us. All right, I've got a compilation of clips after I take some calls. Because I haven't talked enough about this. Obama and these recess appointments, they've not been in recess. They've never even tried to bring them before the Congress. It is unprecedented power grab, just like launching wars without congressional approval. So I want to play a compilation of these clips coming up of Obama trying to sell the public on the idea, should I do things without Congress? And they're like, yay, get rid of him. We want a dictator. Super creepy. Everett in Tennessee, you're on the air. Welcome. Thanks for holding.
Yes, thank you. I just want to say real quick, we listen to you on WBCR here, a local radio station, 1470 AM.
1470
are just awesome folks. Yes, sir.
And he's a great friend of mine. And I just want to say, ain't Obama on the head of the Security Council? He sat there, and don't our Constitution prohibit that? And why is that? It's tying into him just going on, might possibly start a big war to finish this new world order that they want to have. And soon I would think that we're seeing the mark of the beast when this stuff starts to happen. Do you believe it?
Yes, but they'll call it the mark of anti-Al-Qaeda, the mark of anti-terror, the mark of trusted traveler. I appreciate your call. Great questions. Yes, there's a rotating membership with the members of the Security Council, and you, again, normally have one of your ambassadors sit on it. But this was the president sitting on it, violating Article 1, Section 9. It's unprecedented, but so is all of this, just out-of-control corruption. Judy in Florida, you're on the air. Welcome.
Hi, Alex. Thanks for taking my call. It's ironic that you're talking about what you are right now. There's two things that I was thinking about. I feel like my life has changed personally with the enactment of the NDAA. Because I'm a vocal person, even though I'm a nobody. I send out emails to people.
Oh, yeah, no, they want to set up a system where you disappear into the night, but they're doing that so you get scared and won't speak out. We have to totally speak out against what they're doing, and they're not going to get away with it. That's why they tried to pass it and claim it didn't affect citizens, and then say, well, don't worry, we won't use it against you. So don't let it should concern you, like with a heightened awareness that, wow, these really are criminals. Yes, it is a wake-up call.
And I'm going to continue all that I'm doing. I know that my friends are, and they're all, essentially Ron Paul supporters, or they're just supporters of freedom. And the other thing that I wanted to ask, to me, it seems very logical, although I don't know how to go about it. I know the avenues that I've tried to go through in order to, talk to key individuals to get it pushed. But why can't Obama get impeached as soon as possible because of everything that he's done that is natural treason in this country?
Because as Ron Paul's top advisor, Bruce Fein, has pointed out, most of them, Democrat and Republican, are voting for everything Obama's doing. People that call themselves conservative, well, then you should love Obama, because Mitt Romney is exactly the same person. Another teleprompter reading Ken doll, who's well-kept and manicured, but is a globalist stooge. And now there was some talk on the House floor last week about impeaching him over these recess appointments, because there's not even a recess. That's supposed to go on for close to a year before you can even discuss it. It's an emergency recess appointment for now. He's trying to permanently appoint people without even getting congressional approval for them and violating federal law. But, he violated the law bombing Libya. He violated the law shutting down power plants. He violates the... no one has ever done as much as Obama. He is the most corrupt. But, as I've said, it's just going to get worse from here on out if they're a globalist puppet, because the New World Order is in overdrive. It's not slow creeping world government anymore. It's out in your face, out in the open. Hey, we want to censor free speech. Hey, we want to arrest you. Hey, we're training your neighbors to spy on you. Hey, we're training your kids in public school to spy on you. Hey, we're going to forcibly inoculate you. Hey, we're going to jack up your taxes and your power bills and rob you. I mean, it is a criminal feeding frenzy. You ever watch underwater footage of sharks get into a feeding frenzy and start biting each other? I mean, it's just a frothing, no one's up there blocking criminality. So it's not even an organized criminal operation anymore. I mean, they've got the basic New Order system there, but it's just a grabbing and snatching and foaming and fighting and scrabbling around like a bunch of piranha rats on PCP who have rabies from the planet Google Snapper.
We're on the mark.
You know what? A call like the last one I had from that nice lady, we're going to Gazelle, Eric, and others here in just a moment, upsets me because that's what these tyrants count on. When they start admitting, yeah, we're listening to your phones without warrants. Yeah, we're training your kids to spy on you. Yeah, we got face scanning cameras up. Yeah, we're training your neighbors to report your guns. It's meant to scare all of us into hiding. And that's why I had even been conditioned 5, 6, 7 years ago when open carry groups in Arizona, Vermont, and Texas would show up at town squares. They'd show up at public events with their firearms on their sides. I understood it was their right. But I thought, well, that's provocative. Oh, my gosh, they're getting arrested. But they were going to court and winning. It was their right. They are the equivalent in the 2000s as Rosa Parks in the late 1950s, and people like her saying, I'm not, you know what, I'm tired. I'm not going to go. There's a front seat right here. I'm sitting here. It's open. I'm not going to the back of the bus. And now police all over the country in just 4 or 5 years, when they see you with your shotgun, your rifle, your M16, your handgun, they're not swarming you or arresting you or freaking out on you. Because they want to act like our freedom is like drugs, illegal drugs, or going to the porno shop and buying a Playboy magazine or whatever and sticking it in a bag and, or like, liquor in a brown paper bag, like something evil. Because you watch all these drama shows, all these sitcoms and cop shows, all of them, they're all set in New York, Chicago, or other total gun ban places. And it's always, in your apartment, your neighbor saw a gun, you're going to jail. That's 20 years, pal. To where I go back to this, because this happened, and it was the big, local, cleaner place. And I even ended up having, it was a 2-man team. One guy got mad and quit that day and ended up calling into my Access TV show. I keep saying 12 years ago. It was like 14, 15. I'm over there at my house. Back then, I broadcast out of my house, had a studio in it. And there's a shotgun, just a Winchester Defender, like a $250 pump shotgun. Because I want low tech if I'm asleep or there's a problem. I want an easy to control gun, shotgun or something like that. And I hear kind of like an argument going on back there. It's about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. They got there after the radio show. And I'm in there making a sandwich, talking to my girlfriend. We weren't married yet. And I hear kind of, no, that's okay. It's okay. No, you don't have to do that. No, you're allowed to have that in Texas. And it turned out the white guy was from some big eastern city. I forget which one. It was a Hispanic Texan. But he was the assistant, the guy that carries it around behind him, because I actually worked for a carpet cleaner place and was the assistant one summer. But the point is, I go, what's the problem? And the guy's like, I'm not working here. There's a shotgun up there. And I said, you never seen a gun case? He goes, well, that's not in the case. I go, yeah, it's just it's a gun rack. It's right there. It's fine. He goes, is it loaded? And I said, well, yeah, actually it is. I don't have any kids around here. And the guy starts leaving. And I go, hey, here's the newspaper. 2 days ago, I led a gun rally. Here's my picture. See, guns aren't illegal. I caught bribery because that had just happened like a week before. So I was showing him the Austin American Statesman. See, I'm on the paper, the cover of Metro and State. And the guy's like, no, I'm getting out of here. And I was like, whoa. So then I got a bad feeling about 2 hours later, and I call the place, and they go, yes, Mr. Jones, we all know who you are. No, the police were not called, though they almost were. And, I kind of got lectured, and I was like, wow, that happened. Again, I can't have a shotgun in my house in America? And they count on intimidating us out of our rights and out of our liberties and out of our basic freedoms. And I'm sick of it. So I salute all of you that open carry and put up with being arrested, beat up, you name it. But in hundreds of cases have won, saying I have a right to carry my firearms in almost every state in the union. That's how you push back. You exercise a right. They pass some fake environmental law that you can't fix your barn or build a barn. Just do it. How about everybody does it? And nobody pays the fines. I mean, it's getting to the point now, the government's so lawless and criminal that it's time to stop complying. You don't have to fight every battle, but just, if you work for the system, I understand pretty much that's all that's left now for a lot of you out there. Just don't go along with everything. Don't be so thug-like. Don't be so happy to nail people to the wall. Don't be so into tyranny. And for people out there that are intimidated, this is meant to intimidate you when Lindsey Graham gets up there and hops around and says, I want you to have no lawyer. It is for citizens. I want you to be scared. They want to intimidate you so you shut up, and then they win. Here's an analogy. If you're walking through, let's say you're 12 years old, your mom drops you off at the mall, you're walking, you back out to meet her or whatever, and a man runs up and grabs you by the arm. Do you bite him? Do you kick him? Do you yell? Do you scream? Or do you, because he says, just get in the car and you'll be okay. You're not going to be okay getting in the car. The New Order's got us by the arm. Of course, we're about a 10,000-pound gorilla. They're a little wart-covered, chicken-necked, buck-toothed little vampire. We're like an 8,000-pound gorilla with just giant steel muscles, power, the light of God shining in our eyes like thunderbolts. And this little vampire comes over and grabs us by the arm, and we just roll over on our belly and just shake in fear. And it's got a little black uniform on, the vampire strutting around, telling us how tough it is. And it grabs us by the arm, and we just start urinating on ourselves like a dog, roll over on our back, groveling in fear. It's a total game. Together, collectively, we're an 8,000-pound gorilla with muscles of pure steel. Now, individually, I'm kind of like a squirrel to the little 5-foot buck-toothed vampire. And it might be able to catch me and grab me and stick its little rotten fangs in me and kill me. Okay, but let me tell you, us collectively, I mean, they're scared to death of us. We're fire-breathing, 8,000-pound gorilla that shoots laser beams out of its eyes. And you've got a slug-like vampire that has to gnaw on you for about an hour just to get blood. I mean, it's that pathetic. And I'm not scared of it. I fear God, and that's it. Okay? And that's what we have to start seeing them as. Don't let it intimidate you. All these checkpoints and TSA, hands down the pants, it's all meant to break our will. So if you have to travel and have to go through it, rebuke it, speak out against it, stand up against it. Sue them, whatever. Just let them know, I know what you're doing, vampire. And you don't get the pleasure of my fear. Because they drink fear. They do. They drink fear. All right, I want to go to these clips. The first one is a compilation that we showed last Friday on the Nightly News. But this is Obama, and there's hundreds of these in speeches saying Congress is the problem. Should I act without Congress? Boy, it'd be a lot easier if I didn't.